Hey guys, it's Dex here, and today I'm here with a video on a dual sword build. In the first part of the video, I'm going to talk about the setup itself and what makes it so strong. And in the second part of the video, I'm going to give you some tips and information regarding dual swords you may not know, which will definitely come in handy if you plan on trying this build out. With all that said, I know you guys love new and interesting builds and are anxious to see what I've got up my sleeves, so let's jump right into it. First, let's discuss the equipment which you will be using, as this is by far the biggest factor when it comes to builds in Neo. What we're going for with this build is a triple 4-piece bonus, which is obviously only possible with the help of the Yasakani Magatama. The 3 set bonuses which we want are Master Swordsman, Warrior of the West, and Yatagarasu, the latter 2 being the only sets which make this setup possible. While you can mix and match these pieces however you see fit, as long as you get the 4-piece bonus from each of the 3 sets, I highly recommend you use the following setup, because it will allow you to get above 200 toughness while staying relatively light on equip load, only requiring 15 stamina in order to get a B agility rating. Next, let us talk about Guardian Spirit choices. Honestly, you can change your Guardian Spirit according to the situation. For example, you can never go wrong with Daibawashi if your plan is to farm the 2 Kings mission. However, our optimal choices would be Karajishi for its amazing damage boost buff, or Kato for its skill damage up passive. Tengen Kujaku is also a decent option here due to the Amrita game buffs. However, I do not recommend it over Kato or Karajishi. Now, having covered the equipment and Guardian Spirits, let's take a look at the stats which you would need. First, you want to be able to wear your armor set, so meeting the requirements for every piece is crucial. In our case, this means 13 strength, 13 stamina, 15 body, and 14 skill. However, you only need half that if you forge the armor yourself, since that will drop the requirements. You also want at least 9 magic and 9 spirit, so you can actually use the Yasakani Magatama. Then you would also want to be able to stay at least B agility, so 15 stamina is highly recommended. Meeting all the Guardian Spirit passive requirements is again highly recommended, so getting at least 22 Spirit is going to be our goal after that. Once we meet these minimum requirements, you can get as much magic and dexterity as you would need for your choice of spells and ninjutsu. Enough body and heart so you just feel comfortable with the amount of health and ki that you have, and then just dump the rest of your points into skill for more damage. So let's take a look at what exactly this particular setup offers us, and what makes it so strong. The 3 different 4-piece set bonuses will give us a total of over 30% close combat damage, 12.2% from Warrior of the West, 12.2% from Master Swordsman, and 7.1% from Saika's Yatagarasu, adding up to a total of 31.5% close combat damage increase. If you happen to have a close combat damage affix on your weapon like I do, then that is another 15 to 20%, which brings us close to, or even above 50%. The next important part of the build is the skill damage boost we get to Sign of the Cross. 30% in addition to whatever close combat damage boost we already have. Furthermore, this build offers 200 toughness, doesn't rely on you being in critical health, living weapon, or back damage, which means when PvP becomes available, it will be a very strong setup for that as well. Of course, assuming that PvP won't just be wooden sword pajama fights in a dojo. But let's get back to Sign of the Cross for a second. At first glance, it looks like a very mediocre skill. Less damage than Iai Slash with the swords. Why bother with it when dual swords already have Windstorm? Well, there are plenty of reasons, and I hope that in this second part of the video, I will change your mind about this wonderful skill. First, I want to teach all of you a handy little technique which you may not know about, which is what boosts Sign of the Cross from a mediocre "why would I bother with this besides style points" attack to a "why haven't I been using this until now" tier attack. I'll call this trick recovery cancelling, and how you do it is basically doing a ki pulse right after the attack finishes. This means you will lose out on some ki recovery from a perfect ki pulse, but you will cancel the recovery of Sign of the Cross by a very noticeable amount. Here's a speed comparison of recovery cancelled and regular versions of the attack. So basically, recovery canceling sign of the cross makes them 60% faster. I'll show you a comparison in the DPS while I explain what you want to do in order to pull these off. First, press and hold R1 as soon as your attack finishes and you have an opportunity to key pulse. Then double tap and then hold circle. Congrats, you just performed the recovery cancelled sign of the cross. You can also cancel the recovery with the key pulse into other animations as well, such as dodging or blocking, both of which will surely come in handy in PvP. Another thing to consider is that this recovery cancelling technique has no prerequisites in any skill tree. So no, Iai Quick Draw 3 is not needed for this. So now that we know how to maximize the damage potential of Sign of the Cross, let's also take a look at the raw damage we are capable of dealing with this build when it comes to Revenant farming. As you can see, I'm not even using Carnage Talisman or anything else. I only have the Kara Jishi damage boost up. But Revenants just die in one hit. Not much else to say about that. Thanks for watching, guys. Now go have some fun with your newfound knowledge about dual swords. If you liked the video, leave a comment down below and let me know if you want to see more videos similar to this one. See ya!